Hello. You're returning to the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's first topic, Ravens O-line versus the Colts. Not good. Look. Guys, a lot of Raven fans are right now worried, and rightfully so, because after so many reports came out about today's practice, there was a lot to be worried about, meaning specifically the O-line. Lamar Jackson have to consistently and constantly roll out of danger, from danger, using his legs more because the inability of the O-line to uphold itself in pass pro. So there was that to worry about, definitely, and a lot of people have been talking about it. I think the defense played well from all reports. Tyler Loop was perfect again, which is always a great report because you know that he has big shoes to fill. This morning when me and Ing was live on the Wunderkind Morning Show, we talked about how important it is for Tyler Loop to get confidence and to be able to not just kick, but kick under pressure. There is a difference, and I want to make sure before I go any further, I make that difference. Kicking is one thing. Every soccer player can kick. But you don't understand that. That's why most of these kickers are soccer players. Former soccer players. The thing is, can you kick under pressure? Can you kick when the entire stadium is rumbling? When it's deafening? When the very sound is giving you a headache, making your ears rattle? Can you deal with enough when that foot touches that ball, there's nothing but silence, especially if it's at home. The gasp, the kick, and it is good. Can you deal with that level of pressure? So I'm always going to celebrate good news. Now, do I still believe they're going to throw him to the fire? No, I do not want them. I want them to ease him on in. Raven fans have become enamored and pampered and spoiled by the production of Justin Tucker. Let me let sure that you understand where I'm coming from when I say this. That level of production was not, is not, and will never be normal. You understand? Like, Pete, you got Raven fans, oh, he'll be fine. Kick him from 60, he'll be fine. I'm like, bro, Justin Tucker got y'all really spoiled, huh? There's a reason why other teams do not risk 60-yard field goals. There's a reason why teams do not consistently try to kick 50-plus yard field goals. There are reasons. When your nickname is Automat Tuck, you've been spoiled. So we need them to ease him on in. Another thing that that everyone was talking about today was Mike Green again. Just Mike Green. And I'm going to get into it more, but we're going to get down to some of the tweets and stuff that came out. And as you can see right here, one of the tweets from Brian Wacker. I'm such a kid at heart. Oh! Such a kid at heart. Shout out to him for putting stuff out. But he said Lamar was 5-9 for passing through first few 11-on-11 periods against the Colts. Pass protection wasn't great. Highlight was Lamar scrambling right, throwing back to the middle to the open Rashad Bateman, who made a leaping grab. Now, the reason why I played that one first is because of the next ones, right? What you start to see, right? Now, we got some from Jeff Zebrick. Jeff Z chime in, and he goes, I was on the field with the Ravens offense versus the Colts defense. Ravens offense made some plays, but wasn't sharp overall. Tight ends Mark Andrews and Charlie Kolar had a few touchdowns between them. Ravens popped a few runs, but otherwise not a ton down the field. You got to read in between the lines. This is Jeff Z. He's not trying to, poo-poo on anybody on the team, trying to run with the narrative. He's trying to be as supportive as possible while still reporting, right? So when you're looking at what he's writing, you're saying, okay, they weren't sharp. How not sharp? For him to write that wasn't sharp, that means that they were missing. Especially with the previous thing saying that Lamar missed, about 4 or 5 of his first passes. Yeah, that's something that you got to watch. And once again, showing that the tight ends were dominating, but you don't hear nothing about the receivers dominating at all. You don't hear old Diop making amazing grabs. You don't hear about Bateman. You didn't hear about Tez this time. You didn't hear about Zay Flowers. And then, of course, he came back with this one. And he said, teams getting a full field 2-minute drill at end of practice. Jackson was picked off throwing across his body. I want y'all to notice how many times people say he had to be throwing across his body. You know when you throw across your body? When you're drifting one way and you throw it back this way. That means if he's drifting right, that means people's coming from his left. If he's drifting left, then people's coming from his right. Either way, O-line was not holding up, and they did not look good. Everyone's going to act like they were because nobody wants to step on anybody's toes. That by all of these accounts, they did not play well enough. And Lamar, as much as that was a pick, it's like he's not a big turnover guy. So is it something I'll be watching? Yes, but I'm not worried about Lamar Jackson. I'm not worried about Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. Those guys are always ready to go and ready to play when their numbers are called upon. I'm worried about the rest of the team. I'm worried about Zay Flowers, Bateman, Isaiah Likely, Mark Andrews, Kolar, Loop, Hamilton, Roquan. Those are the guys I'm worried about. Owe. You know what I mean? And then, of course, it ends and it says Colts missed 50-plus yard field goal to end there. See what I'm saying? So a missed 50-yard field goal, hence why nobody would want to keep taking these 50-yard field goal kicks. They don't want to keep taking them. We, once again, going back to the loop stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my bad. And it said Ravens. Oh, I was reading the wrong thing. It said Ravens offense has been at its best when Lamar Jackson has been targeting Andrews and Kolar. They made most of the team's big plays today. I can't really see the top of that. That's why I noticed. So there's another one from him. But, yeah. So I want you to hear that. Ravens offense has been at its best when Lamar Jackson has been targeting Andrews and Kolar. They made most of the team's big plays today. Doesn't that sound like the problems that we were having in the past? We were not getting enough production on the outsides. O-line's not holding up good enough. And then it becomes, let's just keep feeding the tight ends. There's another reason I'm trying to tell you why I believe Mark Andrews is going to have a huge year this year. Because, once again, everybody goes to where, or looks to where it's trusted. Mark Andrews is proving and showing that he can still get open. He can still make big plays. He's still the guy. That guy. He's still him. Still him. And, of course, you guys heard about the brawl. Oh, my gosh. Oh. Where everybody was throwing punches except for Derrick Henry and Lamar. They were on the sideline like this. Oh! Yo, Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson were watching the whole thing go down for the sideline just like this. Me gets involved. Shout out to Nate Wiggins over holding it down, man. You got to protect your teammates. And, shout out to him. He did what he was supposed to do. He wasn't playing no games. Handle business. You feel me? But definitely a lot to worry about. Later on, I'm going to go live, and I'm going to play the video and stuff like that from the press conference from Lamar and from Harbaugh. So we're going to break that down later when I go live. But it's still a lot to go over. But this is like the Ravens' problems have been the Ravens' problems. That offensive line is looking like it's not made any strides forward. If they don't, that is a problem, a massive problem. And people will be looking for Emory Jones to come back as soon as possible to try to threaten or take the position of one of those interior linemen. Just being real. So, yeah, Raven fans have been tripping online a little because they're like, bro, offensive line is still playing bad. We're not getting a lot of big plays. Mind you, it's the first time against another team, but still, this is more live action. This shows what's going to be happening. I'm very, very, very curious what's going to happen for and during preseason games. Very curious. So I want to see what some of these guys are going to do. Because some of them I'm looking at, you be doing better than what you're doing. So definitely looking for more insight on how them guys are doing. You know what I'm saying? But shout outs to the team. No injuries to be known of that came out of this practice. So that's always a plus. And we move on. You know what I'm saying? And we move on. But what do you guys think? Are you worried? Are you still saying O-line is making mistakes? O-line ain't looking good? Or are you hanging your hat on the good things like Mike Green being an absolute monster during pass rushing drills, Tyler Luke not missing any kicks, and Mark Andrews looking like the Mark Andrews of old? Let me know what you think down in the comments, please, all right? But as always, that's episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. And now we get down, we have fun, and we laugh. But everything we talk about, we're doing what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, guys. Leave a comment. You know I love the comments. If you haven't already done so already, subscribe to The Wunderkind Morning Show live Monday through Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m., where we touch on all our topics of sports. And right now, yes, guys, we have successfully passed over 500. The super chat will be available hopefully by tomorrow. And we will be having tomorrow Cordell Woodland on the Wunderkind Morning Show. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So be there, be squared. Hopefully it's better. Just shout out to Ing for today, but the internet was a little choppy. Section that had us glitching. Hopefully that's not the case for tomorrow, but he will be there. So be there, guys, or be squared. Support the channel. Also, if you guys want to donate to the channel, help out with equipment and just stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR codes to a Cash App. Cash App located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is $, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But that's an episode of The Wunderkind Show. This show is not just signing off, and as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yeah.
Finish him, Daddy.
Oh!